So this is my garden this year. It's looking pretty good. And everything looks pretty normal. Nothing unusual going on out here, unless you take a closer look. You can see everywhere here, there are holes in the ground. And it's out of these holes that the cicadas have climbed. So there are cicadas now everywhere. There are many thousands of cicadas. They are in such numbers that some plants are completely covered in cicadas. Here's a leaf that has many cicadas on the top side and underneath. And so a lot of these are shells, but the ones with wings are new cicadas that have come out. And when they come out, they initially look more like this one here. But the first thing they do is they leave that shell. And then after a while, it takes I think several hours, they end up having a new form, and they develop wings. This is another bush that has a lot of cicadas on it. And fortunately, the cicadas are not hungry. They've been waiting 17 years underground, but they've been eating underground. They've been feeding on the roots of trees. And so they're not here for food, which is good because otherwise the plants would all be gone. So this is what they look like after they've come out of the ground. So this is still with their shell on. So this one is looking for a place to stop and then get out of its shell. When the cicadas first come out, they have to leave the shell. And this is what they look like. This one's pretty far along, so it has left the shell and it has already unfurled its wings. But you can see they don't have any color in their shell yet. Their shell is soft. So after a few hours, that will harden and they'll change color. But this one is almost ready to go. You can see this one here. There's one that's hatched recently, and the one on the left is still emerging from its shell. So this is a vulnerable time. There are a lot of animals that want to eat them, and so this is a good time. Of course, the animals can eat them at any time. And this is a cicada emerging from its shell over about an hour. Here's a hawk that's come to the ground and it's eating one cicada after another. This squirrel is eating a cicada. One nice thing about cicadas is that they're completely harmless. They don't bite, they don't have a sting, and they spend most of their time underground. This is their answer for the fact that everything wants to eat them. They're a tasty little meal for squirrels and birds and whatnot. Even some people. So they only come up every 17 years for several weeks, and they want, once they've come out of their shell, they want to find a tree branch somewhere, to find a mate, and to lay their eggs. They do that in the tree branches, and then those fall to the ground, and they dig into the ground, and then they wait another 17 years. So it's an unusual strategy.